Good evening, everybody. Welcome to League of Extraordinary Inventors. I'm your host, Mike from Faraday Research. It is Free Energy Friday. It's Friday, October 24th, I believe it is, 2025. Welcome to the show. Welcome, chat. Thanks a lot for joining us. I got Bernie in the wings here. He'll be showing up very soon. I guess Philip buggered off tonight. He's probably at a bar right now watching the World Series. The Blue Jays are playing the Dodgers tonight here in Toronto. So I imagine that's what he's doing. So I'll let him off. I understand. I get it. First time the Jays are in the World Series in 32 years. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, hopefully we'll get Lulu in here. She'll, Lulu, she's, usually fashionably late. So, and I know Bernie's sending out a few more um, invites, and hopefully we'll get more of a panel going here tonight. Otherwise, it might be an early night. Who knows? So my
Lulu said
family's
she'll be joining in 10, so we're good.
okay. Okay, awesome, beauty. Well, at least I have some support. Back to the original two, eh? Right, Bernie? The original two.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we kind of started this. Well, actually, you were before me, so you actually found me, I think. Yeah, so I think that's how the story went. That was what, 3 years ago, 4 years ago? Yeah. So we've been doing
Or
shows, me
maybe
and him.
five, even. How time flies.
Yeah, yeah. I got quite the archive of live shows. Probably not as much as you, but mine's getting up there. I do one live show a week. I was doing more, but the time, right? Just to fit it into your everyday lifestyle, it gets hard, right?
And
So
it takes so much. People just, it's a lot of work to put together a podcast.
yeah, it is because you got to have fresh content. You got to have stuff that people are interested in. There's going to be some nights. There's some stuff we're going to talk about. Some of our people in the chat are not into. We get that, so we try to mix it up. We try to do different things and talk about different areas, whether it's Reich or, talk about my pulse motor, or you talk about your alchemy, or going off the rails and just being complete fools, you know, so we try to mix it up. We try to make it different every show. So the show doesn't get stale, right? Nobody likes a stale show, kind of like The View. So yeah, I had to do a little stab there, right? So this week has been a good week. Managed to get some money in to start my next Renegade project. I am accepting donations for that project. One of my regular guys that likes to invest in the work I do, and he likes what I'm doing, and he's been very, very loyal to me. So I can never thank this guy enough for believing in my work and my research, and the working on the Renegade device, working on this tech to make it available just for the average Joe Blow. You don't have to have a crazy laboratory to make this stuff. So we're kind of like the garage inventor, right? But that's kind of our holy grail dream of getting our quote unquote real lab together and actually have some real funding and backing to actually do the stuff we want to do. So
Right?
and,
So we
and
can actually mess with things that cause large radiation and not worrying about giving our
yeah,
cancer and poisoning.
or have the FCC knocking at our doorstep. Yeah, kind of interesting. Yeah, and I had another friend who's a loyal friend of mine. He donated a whole bunch of materials for me today, and just like, holy man, really? So now I got some more materials to work on my Reich stuff, and I got now the magnetic stirring devices. Well, now I have one that's battery operated, so I can put it inside my pyramid, so I can get a rotating vortex water going while the pyramid is in motion as well. So I will have a counter rotating forces going inside my pyramid. So that's really cool all on its own. And I'm attracting all these friggin' orbs. Every time I do my experiments, something's showing up. So the next step is getting. Uh, well, my wife's got a really good camera with a really good telephoto lens on it, and I got to get these special IR filters. And if I get the right one, I might be able to take more pictures often of these orbs because they're emitting light at a certain IR frequency. So it is outside of our visual spectrum. So if I get the right IR filter, I might be able to catch these things more often. So yeah, um, that's what hopefully I'll be able to get a hold of one of these filters for the camera.
That's exciting.
And yeah, so my wife's got the Canon Rebel with a really nice telephoto lens on it. So if I get the right filter on it, I might be able to catch more of these orbs and creatures showing up on in the sky. So I've got that on the go. Plus, I'm starting the new Renegade project. It's going to be the complete package. The spinning wheel is going to be in a vacuum chamber. I got a whole whack of stuff on the table right now that I got to sort out how I'm going to do everything and time frame, and I have to design the stuff on the computer. And yeah, it's just a lot of background work first before I actually start a build. So yeah, I'm busy right now, so that's a good thing. So, but the orb stuff is really intriguing because now it's kind of validating more and more of Reich's work, and doing the research in the Gulf War, they had these night vision goggles, and apparently, the guys during Desert Storm are seeing these friggin' dragons flying through the skies of Iraq.
No, no, no.
And
That was Vietnam that apparently they saw that.
oh, was it Vietnam? I thought it happened in Iraq too.
Maybe it did happen in Iraq, but
No, I heard
the
it was in
original
Iraq.
story, I believe, came from Cliff High. That I think him or his father was part of it that experienced it in the Huey helicopters during Vietnam.
Right, right. Interesting. But anyways, yeah, I'd like to get the right spectrum of what they were using back in those days and see if I can get visuals of what they were seeing. That would be just mind blowing. And it would validate, what Reich was talking about all along, and that's probably part of the reasons why they killed him. So, yeah,
Yeah,
that's a big story.
absolutely. My apologies, Mike. So I'm just I'll be back in about 5 minutes here.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, Lulu should be here soon enough. But yeah, so I got a lot of stuff on the table, irregardless. Enough to keep me going for probably the next 6 months at least. So I've got a lot of materials. I've got a lot of new gear. Um, I'm going to be doing some more work on my battery stuff. I'm going to kind of try to reproduce something what Hutchison was doing with those piezoelectric tube batteries he was making, the ones he presented in Japan. And I'm going to try doing something similar to that. So I got some interesting barium chloride, and I'm trying to remember the other one I got. Um, but they're all piezoelectric elements. So I'm going to try doing some kind of fabrications and put it in a tube and then compress it. And after I do the compression, see if I get a potential voltage coming off it. So I'm trying to kind of reproduce what Hutchison was doing back in the mid '90s. And the one device he said he claimed he was getting 960 volts coming out of the thing. It was producing about 200 or 300 watts of DC electric power. But when you get to that high potential, because it's piezoelectric, you're getting a thermo issue. So after a certain amount of time, that cell would actually start degrading because of the heat. So those are some things that I might encounter during that. Um, oh, we got Lulu here. Hey, Lulu.
Hi, gentlemen. How are you?
Good, good. Mr. Phillip decided to take the night off. He's probably watching the World Series game at a bar right now, and he's probably half looped. So
Where's
Yep.
everybody else? Can I?
Bernie's here. He's in the background. I did put my invites out, so I don't know. Maybe everybody's watching the freaking game. So yeah, we're the
Probably.
diehards. Yeah. Well, it's the first time Jay's been in it, the World Series in 32 years, so it's a pretty big deal. I get it. I'm a fan. I wear a Blue Jays hat, so. But yeah, I was just telling everybody about all the materials I got in. I got a little bit more funding come in, so things are on the go. Um,
Very
yeah,
nice.
what's been what have you been up to this week?
I went to that Dallas Innovation Summit for the
Oh, right,
University of North Texas.
right.
I met the president of the University of North Texas.
Okay.
Um, they are doing something really cool up there in Dallas. They're turning their city into a smart city. And so they're asking all innovators if you have an idea to submit your proposal, and they've got like I think like almost $8 billion in funding. 8 billion.
8 billion.
8 billion.
8 billion.
That's a lot of money. That's a
Uh,
lot of
What
money.
what what city is this?
Dallas. They're
In Dallas.
yeah, they're cutting Dallas in two halves. The north part, and the south part. The south part is a little less uh how am I going to say advanced in things. It's the lower like socioeconomics. It's like a little rundown. So they're re-updating
Hmm.
that South Dallas. And they're turning it into a smart city, and they're updating their logistics systems. They're having a company called Redbird, and Redbird is taking over the project mainly, and updating cameras, streets, things, pretty much anything you can think of, you know?
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't what I expected, because they're not, they're not focusing on aerospace technologies and that kind of stuff. They're just focusing on local issues and things like that. It was
Yeah.
okay. I met another company that they do tax filings overseas to make it less on the consumer.
Hmm.
um yeah, but that's all. I went for one day, like same day,
Hmm.
went and came back. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty cool tech in Japan. They're using
Mhm.
the piezo transducers, and they're actually implementing it into the ground, into the concrete.
I
So
saw that.
as the cars are driving over it day in and day out, they're creating power just by the movement of the vehicles over the pavement, and they put it into storage banks and have them in strategic locations along the highway or along the city, and that is used to run the infrastructure like lights and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's really, they're way so far ahead of everybody else. Like Shanghai or Beijing, if you go there, when you leave there, you're going to be like, holy shit, they are
Um,
so far ahead in technology. Because in North America, there's so much bureaucracy that goes in, especially say you want to do something energy.
mhm.
You have to go through all the FCC and all the regulations and then environmental assessment and all this bullshit red tape that makes it so hard for these corporations to get number one funding or even licensing to actually do what they want to do. So a lot of these companies just don't have the financial support um, to do what they want to do. Zoning's another big one. Environmental assessment, that's a bitch
Yeah.
to actually get through,
It
and
takes it takes
that
the it
wastes time. It
it
wastes
takes
time.
2 years here in the United States from the second that you submit a proposal
Oh
for
yeah,
that whole turnaround to go, through till they decide to do funding. Like you said, a lot of red tape, but it's two
yeah,
years. Like 2 years is a very long time, for
sure,
any project. And it's so easy to get leaked, to other countries, because you're not submitting it to a vaulted department, like where they're not
yeah.
gonna leak,
Like for a good example, like China, if you propose a project, you could have an answer within 30 days if they
Mm-hmm.
say go ahead and do it.
Mm-hmm.
So time, I think, is like the enemy to these new projects. Two
Yes,
years, 4 years, whatever.
that's a
By
long
then,
time.
that's a long time to waste, and you're not even guaranteed that it'll get approved,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, and people lose their
So,
momentum in these things. That's the
yeah,
problem, you know.
that's where exactly, and that's why China has made it streamlined and fast enough where an idea becomes a reality sooner and more frequency too, right?
Now like
So,
you guys now know why they're always ahead of us in this stuff, because their turnaround time is so much faster.
oh God,
By
yeah,
the time we catch up, new things have come up, and so they're always going to beat us, like they're always going to beat
hmm
us in tech and
yep,
computing and microchips and you name it,
yep,
yeah.
yep. Another interesting thing I heard this week, they were talking about back in the day where we used to have lead in paint,
Hmm.
right?
Yes.
Well, the initial story is, oh, kids were getting sick. They're, chewing on the toys that had lead paint. That apparently is not the real reason why they did it.
It's for Wi-Fi, because
Wi-Fi.
for the signals,
Yeah,
it's for
exactly.
the signals, yeah.
It's for any kind of RF, not just Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So if you have a house that's painted with all lead paint,
Hmm.
Wi-Fi can't get through. Any kind of RF frequency cannot get through. So they ban lead paint. Say, oh, it's terrible for children. So all the tree huggers are all, oh yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's pass it.
Hmm.
And now RF and all this stuff can go right through your house, no problem.
Yeah.
There's no
Remember
protection for you.
remember I was talking about the other in the other show about the magnetic paint?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Like I was wondering, like, if I mean, what's the difference between the magnetic tape and the lead paint? Do you understand? Like, the magnetic one is just it's still is a shield, is a metal shield in a way.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
You'll
So.
have you'll have a magnetic interference. So if any
Mhm.
nefarious RF signals trying to get through, they will have problems getting through that magnetic field. There'll be interference. So
Absolutely.
in a way, that's like almost a bit like a force field type deal. You have some protection, right?
Yes.
So yeah, interesting stuff.
Very
And
interesting stuff.
they've made some more innovations in solid state battery technology. A whole bunch of stuff is coming out of China again. Even Tesla's claiming they made some innovation in solid state battery technology too. I don't know how much traction they got on that. So it's really been an emphasis lately I've seen in battery storage technology.
Hmm.
Not so much like say fusion or whatever, but it's battery storage. I think that's where the focus is now, is kind of creating that holy grail of the battery. So
We
yeah,
need to
solid
we need
state.
to get your battery out in the market soon. Like real.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
See, that one you're getting into really complicated nanotech and fabrication,
Hmm.
and I just don't have the machinery to actually do it at the level of say CAD-L. No, no, I just no way I can compete with that. Multi-billion-dollar corporation with all the funding in the world and all the latest battery fabrication machinery and you name it, they got it. And I'm working with scraps, right?
Yeah.
I'm working with scraps.
Yeah.
So,
Um.
hey, hey Nathan,
Hi, Nathan.
how's it going tonight? Everything's good.
Hey, sorry, I had everything on. I was watching it in the back.
Yeah,
How's everything going, guys?
yeah, pretty
Okay.
good.
Very good.
Yeah, Philip's slacking off tonight, so he's probably
Nice.
watching the World Series game. I was watching a bit of it there before I went on.
Did the Dodgers win at all, or are they in that?
No, they're still playing now. It's I think third or fourth inning. Hold on.
I got a message from my mother-in-law saying, "How about those Dodgers?" And I'm like, "Okay, they're still in it right now." I'm completely clueless to it.
Yeah, the Dodgers and the Jays are going for the World Series right now. So the last I saw in the First inning was 1-0 Dodgers,
Mm.
but not all hope is lost for us. It's game one, right?
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
but we got Toronto's got a really good roster this year. Some really good young talent there. That's what we need, right? So, and they won the American League. They got the pennant this year, first time in 32 years. So that's got to tell you something. So,
You
yeah.
never know, man.
Well, it's anybody's game right now. It's game one, right? So
Yeah.
best out of seven, and we'll see how it goes from there.
Yeah.
But in the last series with the Mariners, they were down 2 games or 3 games to nothing, and they came back and won the series. So you know
Oh,
what I
there you
mean?
go.
So they came back from some pretty big odds and won the series and won the pennant. So
Nice.
so
That's
yeah, we're
good.
just kind of going over some of the tech this week. Some of the innovations in solid state batteries. I got some funding and some new materials come in this week. So I'll be working on a couple new projects. I know you're looking to start your pulse motor build, so that's cool. I like to see what you're going to come up with.
Yeah. I ordered everything today that I showed you the list of. So
Yep.
hopefully Bernie will be down here in the next few weeks or so, and we'll have everything. It'll be ready for testing by then, and
Yeah.
then it'll be good to see because I'm hoping to have a Bedini motor, pulse motor, and then a bunch of coils ready for testing when he comes down, along with
Yeah.
the stuff that I have, and he's going to set up some stuff that he has. So
Yeah.
it's going
So
to be fun.
my biggest suggestion, if you want to get good results, is have a coil that's at least 2 pounds.
Right.
At, at least 2 pounds. Use those rods, like I told you, the welding rods, and
I got those.
each one of those rods wrap them in one layer of electrical tape. So when you stack them together, the rods are not touching each other. This is going to help with the eddy currents that will form
Okay.
inside. So, but the best way to do it is the number 7 bird shot and put it into a cylindrical form and epoxy it all together. So that's one of the best ways to do it. But it's up to you to experiment. You could want to go completely air core. That's up to you, right?
Well, I have
Um,
the rods coming in. I do have the bird shot already.
mhm,
So, and I do have epoxy, so I could put it in the form and make it solid, and then wrap the coil right after that.
right.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
all things are possible, man. I might even throw one of those Tesla coils in the end there and see what it pulls out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited.
A bit more voltage you put into the system will reduce the amount of current that you're going to need to run it. So I would say 40 volts and above.
40
Don't go
volts and
below.
above.
Yeah. You could go 50, 60 volts. That's great. That's a good place to start.
And you use
So
batteries to put that in, or are you using just
yeah, I got four 12 volts in series. What was that, Bernie?
He said we
I heard.
have a Nathan.
Yeah, we have a Nathan. Yep. So we're just kind of going over some of the stuff. I got the pyramid that I was working on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So my friend, he got those magnetic stirring devices. So
Okay.
what I'll be able to do is spin the pyramid, and then inside the pyramid, spin the water in a vortex
Oh, nice.
at the same time. So I'll counter rotational spins of the water as well as the pyramid at the same time.
Oh man, you had orbs coming already with the other ones. What are you trying to
Oh yeah,
signal here?
yep. Now I also got gold leaf, 24 karat gold leaf that I'm going to put at the top of the pyramid for even better conductivity. And apparently the gold is the best when it comes to conductivity with the ether forces. So
Nice.
yeah, So I'm going to try that. Plus, I got that calcite crystal that's inside the top portion of the pyramid, and they got the facets going all the way around, so it's a nicely cut piece of calcite crystal, and that'll
Hmm.
also help amplification by something like 400 times. Apparently, it's quite high.
That's high, 400 times.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
Yeah.
it's a quite a huge magnitude higher than regular, quartz crystal, right?
Give me a second.
So, hmm,
The other day, I was reading something or was watching something, and like, you know that they make the microchips out of quartz crystal and not
yeah,
silica,
yeah, it's
which is yeah. I thought it's like silicone, like they call it Silicon Valley. They use silicone, but no, it's quartz crystal.
yeah,
That's what they
yeah.
use.
I was
So
watching.
yeah.
Yeah, I was watching this video a while ago. It looked like it was from the early 1940s time frame, and they
Hmm.
show how they were making the first crystal radio sets and all the crystals that they would use for like radar transmitters and all the radio devices, and how precise they were cutting these quartz crystal wafers. And for the time, it's just mind-boggling how accurate and how very, very fine-tuned these crystal structures that they were making into these wafers.
Hmm.
And this is like 1940s. It was unbelievable what the guys were actually capable of doing.
Really? And
Yeah. Oh yeah.
that's essentially what they found in the arts parts is these like
Hmm.
crystal wafer layers. So was Roswell, I don't know, that's wild. That's wild.
Yeah.
Either reverse engineered at that time or we were already
Hmm.
making it.
Well, I would put my bets on reverse engineered.
I agree. I agree on that.
I would put my bets on that, because what they were doing back then with the process of how they put it through the sanding stones and washing them down, and just the instrumentation of measurement
Hmm.
that they were using back then
Hmm.
was, I was shocked. And the precision that these guys, and actually, here's the funny part, Lulu. Most of the people making this stuff, they were all women. They
I
were
believe
all
it.
women.
Ironic,
I
not
would believe it.
funny. Ironic.
Ironic. Sorry, wrong term. Yeah, it was all women. It was all women tradesmen, tradeswoman.
Well,
Sorry.
was it wasn't it when like the wars happened and
Yeah,
like all women took all the trades,
yeah,
most of the
they
trades
were
because
all
all
the.
the
Yep,
guys were,
you're right.
yeah.
Correct.
So yeah.
Yep, they
That's so
were
it's
all
not surprising.
machinists. Yeah, it's not surprising at all. They were all the machinists and tool and die makers and
Hmm.
welders and all this stuff, because they were building all the war machinery while the guys were out in the field getting killed.
Yeah.
So,
And
Mhm.
by the way, I think Silicon Valley was about 100 miles south of that in LA or more. Yeah. Two different things altogether. Yeah. Silicon Valley was all about the yeah, transistors and chips and stuff like that. But they cut those wafers actually really small. I saw that whole episode on that, and it's because when you tap them, they tap back. They're the perfect thing to keep frequency.
I think to the machine to make it's called a tomography, or
Hmm.
I think it's called a tomography machine, right? It's like $500,000 for that machine.
Yeah,
But
that's
but but that one chip, like one wafer thing, it's $100,000. You can cut it up into so many things, so it could
yeah.
make its money within a few few days
so.
at
From what
max.
I
I mean,
from what I understand, those machines you can't just get them. They have to have a special company to go out there and install them in there and teach workers how to work on them. They don't just sell them outright.
I know, yeah,
Yeah,
with a
it's
bit, yeah,
crazy.
yeah. But it's a pretty interesting machine.
I agree.
no doubt. Yeah, I was really not just that. There was other technology back in the 20s, 30s, and 40s that even by today's standards would be actually quite advanced,
Hmm.
but you don't know about it because a lot of the stuff was never really put on film or publicized or really talked about. A lot of this stuff was all shoved away in black projects, you know, and we're just finding out about this stuff 60, 70, 80 years later, right? So that kind of proves kind of the theory that, all these black programs that are out there right now, they could be 100 years ahead of what any high tech stuff that we have in free enterprise that's out here right now, like cars or planes or whatever. I believe they're 100 years ahead of that.
Okay, so just so you know how these things are made, they do the research on them, but then they have lifespans on them. So
Yeah,
they say so many years it has to run this, and then so many years before we upgrade to the next one, so many years. So their actual achievements are way faster than that. So they do go to black projects, and
yeah,
then they only allow a certain amount of each per year to put it out for improvements for computers and stuff. That way they can space out the tech and they can sell the stuff. You know what I mean? Like the
yeah,
Pentium 1, 2, 3, 4, stuff like that at a
right.
certain time. And they're all
So
mapped out.
and I guess what would be a good example of this would be the cell phone. The very first cell phone transmission was done in 1971. Okay,
Hmm.
2 years before I was born. And when did cell phones come out onto the consumer market? What, 1996, 97 timeframe,
Hmm.
right?
I,
Yeah.
I,
So we
I,
have,
I really think the spacing out, I mean, what I've noticed with the tech is there. Like you said, we've got things that have been for decades hiding. I
Hmm.
think it's the number of the population, and it's more of a population planning, for people to have jobs for this. Because if you bring out all the tech that we've had, dormant, you might not have enough jobs for people to have. So they hold on the tech to create, a life for individuals, and our population just is continuously growing. If we bring out the things that, then it will eliminate the things that we're currently using, and then people will be out of jobs. And so it's not, I don't
right.
think they're hoarding the tech. I just think they're planning to for it to fit with the current population, for people to have a
Well,
life cycle of money in their generation, on
well, you know
things.
what? Like say cell phones and the internet would be the two really good examples. The internet was kind of released to the public kind of by accident.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and originally it was based on Windows NT, which was the platform of the US military
Mm-hmm.
back in the early 70s. So it actually started with FTP. If you know what that means, it's a file transfer protocol. So in the early days of the internet, I was using that to transfer files, say, from my computer to my buddy's computer, using a thing called FTP. And it worked great. It was very secure. It was basically a point-to-point secure connection between two computers, and you could transfer files, any kind of file you wanted at will. So this was kind of like the precursor of what the internet became, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then the other thing too is, because it had a military application, they say, okay, well, if this is going to get out, how are we going to weaponize it? There's always an ulterior motive for this technology. Same thing with the cell phone. Look how evasive and how we're basically holding a spy device in our hand. They can monitor our conversations, our social media activity, all this kind of stuff. So it sounds all great, fun, and dandy to the consumer, but when it comes to corporate interests or military interests, they're using it as a weapon or a way of espionage,
Hmm.
right?
They're using it also as the uh like a continuous surveillance system. Example: if I leave my phone in one room and I go into another room, it could detect that I'm not near my phone, and my phone will ring with a spam call. I've tested this over 100 times. I mess with it. I leave it in one area and I go and I just sit and wait. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna receive the call in a second or two, and it doesn't fail. And I do receive the call. it has become a thing. Just it detects motion, it detects sound, it detects if you're close to it. They want to know. They want the cell phone to become part of your biological body, always with you wherever you go. Like it. So yeah, it's
I think pretty much that's what they got already.
yeah.
Because like I don't even say anything near the phone. I just have a thought in my mind, and within a half hour, it's showing up in my advertisements that pop up.
So
And
what do you think that science,
to
like,
me,
how is
that's
it
kind of
reading your
spooky.
mind though? Like I believe you because it has happened to me, but what are they using to read your mind, like a person's mind? That's the
Well,
scary part.
well, you got all these freaking chemtrails that are putting these nanoparticles in the air. We're breathing all these heavy metals that they're spraying on us. Like I noticed since the U.S. government shut down, all the chemtrails disappeared. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
this, I haven't, in the last 2 months, I've never seen the sky so clear as since they shut the government down there.
Hmm.
And even some of the foods we eat, there could be nanomaterials for all we know in that. We're getting kind of conspiratorial, but I think there's a little bit of truth to that.
I'm excited for the 3-eye atlas whenever it's gonna, become visible. Like I'm like, very excited on that one. Like if really for you, Mike, you should like get your device ready for that time. Because if you're gonna attract anything cool, it's gonna be during then. Like you have a clear view.
So that should be soon, actually.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the end of this month. Sorry, I
October
got a dog.
29th. It'll be God, distance of 203 million kilometers from the sun.
I've got my little
It's
telescope ready.
supposed to.
Got my binoculars ready. I've got my lasers ready. Yeah, I have them all ready. I've
Nice.
got the table set
suppose
up
it's
outside there, my table set outside in the backyard so I could put my stuff on it. All of it is ready. Hopefully it doesn't rain that day.
supposedly this thing's supposed to come up from behind the sun
Yeah.
and then come around the sun.
Yeah.
So I know some
Avi
weird
Loeb
stuff.
is 100% sure it's alien. So,
That's
Yeah,
what he
it
keeps
seems like
saying.
it's
Well, actually, the first one, Muamua, he said was too, but there was evidence that it could be. It just didn't make contact with us. And I heard that the closest that 3-Eye Atlas was going to be was like December 13th, I think, Friday the 13th, maybe.
That's
uh,
hold on.
I
I have
thought
it
that
written
was at the
down.
end of the month. I didn't.
December 19th, closest to the Earth,
Yeah,
and
closest to
1 week
the Earth. Okay, December
before
19th.
Christmas.
Okay,
Yes.
December 19th. Right. Okay, no, it's Friday the 13th in March or February. I guess that the other one, is it Lemon? What's the other comet?
I forgot.
Was it Lemon
yeah,
or no?
I can't
Something.
remember.
Whatever the heck the other one is.
Lemon, I think it was Lemon was one of
Yeah,
them, and
Lemon
then
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
and they were talking about another one today, and I don't know if it's in the woo or not. Okay, and it had a name, so I think it's in the woo, but it's C202SR2 Swan.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
I've heard
yeah,
of this one.
You guys have heard of that one?
Yeah.
I have. We have. Yeah, there's three supposedly coming in right now, interstellar objects all at once.
And they said it's coming from, let's see, constellation Aquarius, where 3-Eye Atlas came from Sagittarius.
Really? That's kind of
Crazy, huh?
very fascinating. Very. It's like, how come there were never any of these things before, and all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of them? Whether they're alien, like, or just actual comets. If they're actual comets, that might even be sketchier because it's like, are we gonna get more and more and more and have an impact, or like, either way, not good.
Well,
For me, it's just very hard to believe that we only detected it a few months before. You know, like they detected it around July 1st. I mean, it's kind of unbelievable to believe that. I mean, we already have orbiters and probes all across the solar system. How do you just pick it up like a few months before? That's you know that's the bizarre part. I mean, we're getting signals from Voyagers, which are way further out in space than when they caught this one. How did they not catch it before time? That
Well, it's an awfully big universe out there. I
well,
think
I'm
it's,
saying, why didn't they
I guess
catch
it
it?
came in on the galactic plane, no? So it would be where we're scanning mostly. I don't know.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to believe that they didn't pick it up before.
Well, like say like Oumuamua, the one that came by there a couple of years ago. They probably already knew us. They probably said, "Oh, these guys are just a bunch of savages," and just kind of friggin' got the hell out, kind of thing. They had no interest in us, because
Yeah.
to most of these civilizations, we are kind of like savages, you know.
Yeah.
So why would they want to get involved with us, you know?
Well,
So
here's a little bit of woo for you, okay? And I mean woo. And I don't know if this is confirmed that Swan.
Hmm.
They said the orbit is 22,554 years. It returns to our solar system every time. That's what they're saying about it. But I don't know how they calculated that or if that's true or not. There was some bad AI version of Michio Kaku who was out there saying it. And I couldn't tell you if it's true or not. It's just totally in the
Pro-
woo.
Probably not. There's so much BS AI crap these days.
oh
It's
yeah,
like,
it's just
ugh.
yeah, the internet's getting flooded with it, so it's like you don't even know what hell's real anymore.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
let's
You
talk
know?
Like you
about the
see
science part,
grandmas
though.
feeding bears on their porch
Yeah.
steps and petting them, like Bigfoot and Yeti freaking in the hot
Yeah.
tub. What's
Yeah.
real? What's not?
Oh,
Or
what's our favorite guy that's in a wheelchair?
Stephen Hawking's doing the
Oh, those are
hype rumor.
definitely real. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but the real science, it's made out of 5% nickel, 95% metal, like steel. You know, and it's dumping, I don't know how much water on the surface of Mars, but a lot. Like, supposedly like football fields worth of water, you know?
Oh,
Uh
really?
I heard
yeah.
there was like no water output, and it was like CO2 and carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide that was coming out of it. It's like,
No,
see, there's so
I heard
much different information. It's like, what's actually going on?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
I heard
heard more.
water.
Yeah,
So
I know. I heard what they ruled out the water
they ruled out the water.
because,
Okay.
yeah,
Mm.
because the water, if the water was coming off the Atlas, 3I Atlas, it would have a stream like that is most common with comets. You get the
Mhm.
tail. That's water molecules separating from the comet itself and vaporizing behind it, giving it that tail. But
Mm.
this is not
Yeah,
doing that.
that's what I heard from Avi Loeb was saying, and that was like
Yeah.
the main anomaly that leads him to believe that it's intelligently designed and not a comet, is because that they were getting pretty much zero water
Water. I don't.
out of the
But
tail.
you know what? The other thing too is this thing, whatever it is changing direction, which is not common with comets. It's changing direction and it's also changing speed. So it's going faster and slower and changing direction and shifting, which is totally uncharacteristic of standard quote unquote comets. So
Yeah,
that's
it
another
breaks the model
huge anomaly.
completely.
Yeah, it
Breaks the
totally
model
destroys the model.
completely, except Oumuamua also did that.
Exactly. So you
And
know what? It's very possible that we're going to get more of these go by where they're going to show characteristics of alien spaceships, but they might not even detect us, or they already know about us and just have no interest in us, and they're just like scooting through a bedroom. You know what I mean? Like going from one room to another. We
Mm-hmm.
just happen to be in their pathway, right?
yeah,
So that's always
possibility.
possible too, right?
I
But
I don't think it's a coincidence though that NASA is shut down while this is happening, and maybe
of
even
course,
why the whole government is shut down and why we aren't getting clear pictures of it, despite the fact that they can zoom in on nebulas, God knows how far away, but they can't freaking get a giant comet in our own solar system. Like they could get images of the planets and stuff, but they can't get this. That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it looks like Atari Pixels every time they show it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just like the face of Mars and the pyramids of Mars in the Cydonia region, how as the years go on and the cameras get more advanced, the picture quality goes down and gets blurrier. Like, what's going on there, NASA?
Yeah, I think the thing is, if they're shut down, they're shitting a brick right now, because if they know this thing is going to eventually show up and sit on our doorstep, they're going to have to say, you know what, we're going to have to spill the beans on what we know, because obviously this thing is on our doorstep, and we're going to have to disclose. Yes, we knew of these beings for a long time, and we knew that they were coming in for a visit, and we're just trying to come clean about it, and because that would be the ultimate disclosure, when you have this giant, they say it's the size of Manhattan, basically show up on Earth's doorstep and just sits there. So
And then what
there,
after that? Like, and then
well,
what? Okay, there.
there's no denial anymore at that point. That's gone.
Okay.
They exist, and the big question will be from us to them is, are they nefarious? Are they going to kill us? Or what's the purpose? And that's it. So it's going to go like that. That's what I see anyway.
Hey, Shane, good to see you, brother. I sent you the link if you're available to join, and I'll be on the Liberty Under Attack podcast, or the Vanu podcast with Shane on November 1st.
Right on.
Okay, let's hypothetically say they are nefarious. What do we do as a species?
Nuke them.
Start
Nuke them. Duke, nuke
start-
them. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Find a really deep hole.
Bernie, even if if we just think of nuking them, they'll nuke us first. They could read
Right?
our
It's like
mind.
we'll
Remember,
send it up,
even if
and
we
then
just
they just
think
blow it
it.
up in our atmosphere, and we just poison ourselves. Yeah, I'd see that happening.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like twisting the barrel towards yourself.
Yeah.
You
No, we gotta find better, more peaceful approaches. To
don't shoot first, ask questions later. Ask questions, try not to shoot at all, because they're gonna be more advanced if they're aliens and traveling here, right?
I mean, we want to be a little bit smarter so we don't become food. Because I don't think anybody wants to become like their shish kebabs. Yeah. So,
but you know what? My thing is, for me, it's seeing is believing. I didn't believe in those orb things until I started taking pictures of them.
mhm.
So for me, that's proof enough that something's going on. And I've been like that for everything.
So what you're saying, Mike, is you are solely responsible for bringing 3i Atlas here and like signaling it with the orbs and channeling it, and we have you to thank for this doomsday.
Mike's out sending smoke signals.
Yeah, you can't give me that much credit. I'm just
the
so
modern
great.
day smoke signals. It's the plasma orb signals.
I wonder what he's actually telling him. Not what he's putting up there, but what he's actually telling him with the signals.
Yeah.
That's bad.
You are a schmuck. Schmuck.
Yeah, we have somebody we want you to meet.
He says you called him when he was a little child, but now it's under question. Shout out to AJ at Wi-Fi.
Oh, wow.
Exposing the possibility.
Yeah, we have a guy for you to meet.
Yeah. We have use for your probes.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll need to probe
or do
this
you
guy.
remember him? Or the question is, do you remember him?
Yeah, yeah.
Have you probed this anus before?
Maybe that's where he.
They have a tracker on them so they can do it often.
Yeah. We have to track this Surfati schmuckerer.
That's so bad.
I I feel bad for for him in a way. He's an old, like very old person, and then
I do
I
feel bad too, because there's the possibility that he was molested by this weirdo freaking guy that dealt with psychic children spies that then got arrested
God.
and charged with pedophilia, and that there's a good chance that call was actually done by his dad to try to like get his mind off of the fact that he was violated, and that all came out in the law file. So it makes more sense than him actually getting a call from aliens in the future, and he might actually be a victim. So in that regard, my heart goes out to the guy.
Wow.
Cosmic invasion something.
Wow.
Cosmic violation. Cosmic violation. That's what we'll call it.
Yeah.
You've been cosmically violated.
Well, that was done by a human, but there are the rumors of all those alien probe abductions, so you never know. That would be a cosmic violation.
Wow. This really
We
went off.
scared Lulu away. All right, back to science.
No, I'm
Not
here.
about
I just
probing.
went to grab something. I'm here.
Oh my god. No, they
Isn't
would
it
take-
kind of weird? They keep describing the 3-eye atlas and all these things as like big giant probes. Like they're all tic tac shaped. Like what's really going on
Very
here?
cylindrical,
Yeah.
probish.
Yes.
Cylindrical, probish, yeah. Kind of like enema devices.
Yeah.
It always seems to gravitate to the nether regions.
They're probably up there looking at us, thinking how stupid we are. Yeah.
I could just
That's
see it
funny.
now. I could just see the alien inside that 3-eye atlas is freaking Rick Moranis doing, from Spaceballs,
Nice.
Oh my
Oh
god,
man.
that was the best movie, man. Spaceballs. Oh my
Oh
god,
yeah.
John
Spaceballs.
Candy's in it.
John Candy, right?
Oh
That's classic.
man,
I think they're doing a second one or redoing it or something now. I heard.
I don't know if you can recapture that.
You know,
man.
it's-
That was so good.
you know what? It's crazy because now they can make movies with movie stars that are dead.
Right, with
Because
the
they
AI.
use with the AI, they can bring these guys back to life.
Yeah, that's wild. I
Could you
gotta
imagine?
add in though that I don't really believe the whole alien probing things, just because it's like, why would in such an advanced species travel across the galaxy or universe just to shove things up other lesser
Our
beings?
butthole.
Like it just
Oh my God.
it sounds more like what a deranged human might do, abusing their powers while having high technology impersonating off-world things, right? Maybe a little bit of that MK Ultra that also supposedly Jack Sarfati worked on and developed, and that leads more circumstantial evidence. But
Questions.
What if
Oh,
that's
God.
how they say hello?
Yeah, really.
no,
how
thank
they-
you. I'm an isolationist.
That's
how
how-
do you know? Like, what's
That's
their
how they
hello?
greet you. That's how they greet you. They insert something inside of you.
So bad.
Oh my
Borg,
Yes.
but Gordborg? I don't God. Black cubes, cylindrical probes, and that's just a nightmare created by Hollywood, I hope.
Oh man, what a deep hole we went into.
Yeah. Well, dogs sniff
Deep
each other's
black
asses,
hole.
so yeah.
Yeah,
But
man.
right, that's
Man.
lower down, right? Like dogs are one lower, we're one up.
There you
Should we
go.
take the one up on us?
So you don't get a smell, you get a probe.
yeah, really. This guy smells all right. Let's interact with him.
Well,
I
they
have a
did say
question.
that the
How-
Anunnaki love the women here, so
Yeah.
maybe that
Yeah,
was
what?
where it started.
Yeah, watch out, Lulu.
Oh God, yeah. I should watch out.
She's getting worried now.
Have to bring back the
would too.
chastity belt. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
really. Yeah.
Medieval times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Where
they're
they
pretty
came
cute,
from.
if they're cute beings, I might not mind. But
Oh.
we don't know.
Space
Oh, man.
schlong. Oh my god.
So we've
Oh.
agreed Lulu volunteers to get probed first.
No, I
She's-
volunteered
she's
if
the-
they're cute. I volunteered if
she's
they're
the
cute. No,
ambassador.
I volunteered if they're cute, not slim, slimy things.
Yeah. She's the ambassador.
My gosh. No,
Oh,
but real,
man.
but for real, if they do exist and they are going to integrate into our society, and this is what they're kind of just hovering around, watching our planet, it would be an exciting thing for our species. We have another species on this planet. I honestly think they're already here. I really think they're already here.
Oh, they've probably been living in our oceans for eons.
Yeah.
Like thousands and thousands of years.
Oh, man.
I we know more about space than we do our oceans.
True.
That's fact. That's
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah.
So who's to say that they haven't got a base somewhere in the deepest parts of the ocean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. What if they're octopuses and they got all these tentacles? Then you got like a lot of probes.
You know what?
That'd be
I always
good.
thought of that. I've always thought of that of octopuses because they're way too intelligent and they're just to fit the bill of an alien. They just don't look like they're from here. You know what I mean? They got probably the best camouflage. They can change color. They can change their color to fit the environment. Like these animals are truly incredible. When you look at them, physiologically, they're incredible. They're so far advanced of any other species, other than say like a chameleon.
Wow.
Yeah, it's true. And they can survive in the depths of the ocean, which, is kind of similar to like the pressures of space-ish and like not of this world, not of the top world.
Yeah, it's possible. They could live on one of the moons of Jupiter that's surrounded by water and ice. They could be thriving in there for all we know. I think it's Ganymede. Is it Ganymede, the one moon around Jupiter that has all
Yeah,
ice?
I think so. And then there's Euclideus or in Saturn.
And there's Io. I think Io.
Euclideus?
Euclideus. Yes.
Kind of came out the wrong way.
I don't think that's the right one.
Io, I know it's got like volcanic and an atmosphere of like methane or like some other like harsher chemicals and stuff, but
Ganymede.
there's one that's pure water.
That's the second one.
Nice. Yeah,
that's the one I'm talking about. So if there were any creature living in the waters on that moon, I would picture it to be an octopus. I really did, because he's so well adapt, right?
Joe says Clydeus is over by Uranus.
just on the non-dark side of the moon.
Yeah,
Oh,
your moon.
wow.
Have you guys, I have a question, like it's saying that the 3i Atlas is blasting us with some, I don't know, frequencies, waves, different, electromagnetic waves to the planet. And one of the proof is that glacier that, fell into the ocean and raised the water level, it flooded out Alaska. So, but do you think it has affected humans in other ways? I mean, have you guys felt different? Do you feel like you have more energy or less energy, or Do you think time skipping, or have you seen any anomalies in your life or anything different from those electric magnetic waves that supposedly it's blasting, that it's blasting at us?
Yeah, I get more migraines lately, but then also the sun is more active too, right? So
Yeah,
it's hard to say.
we're in the we're in the high point of the solar maximum. I
Well, it's
know
been an
this past
increasing
week.
solar maximum for 30 years. They're finally now admitting that. There's been,
Yeah,
yeah, it just keeps
but
going.
like this past week, there's been quite a few solar flares, not like X flares, like really powerful ones, but you got the M class flares going on, and that affects the electromagnetic uh, uh, field around the Earth, right? So right now, when it's that powerful, it's actually weakening our protection from the elements coming in. So if you get a sudden solar burst or whatever, the, our ozone layer and our atmosphere can't protect us anymore. So we're kind of like a sitting duck for these frequencies and charged particles and electromagnetic interference. There's like been quite a few, uh, uh, radio blackouts and stuff. So, uh, oh, Nathan had to go, so that's all right. Um, yeah, so like the Earth is getting bombarded by all these particles coming from the sun and the rest of the universe. So I think that even the change of the Schumann resonance too, I've been hearing that that's getting altered as well. I don't know if you could back me up on that, Bernie.
Yeah,
Uh,
it keeps spiking a whole bunch from what I've been seeing.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
asking this
So
because I've been lately and I could feel it. I could, like, I'm so tired all the time. Like, I've
yeah,
been sleeping like, like 10, 15 hours. I wake up and I'm still tired.
yeah,
Not
it was like
only,
a week. Yeah, I was.
uh,
What was it? A week ago Saturday. I just couldn't get up. Like I was like up, but I wasn't felt like I was up. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like it
yeah,
felt so like lacking in energy and everything. And I wasn't sick or ill or anything of the sort. And
yeah.
I wasn't with it. I was just like I was like a couch potato the whole day. It's like
Yeah,
I
but
couldn't
have
get
you
it.
noticed that since this thing came a lot, like I've noticed since this thing came, I've been feeling like that. So I don't know if like you've been, if there's a connection or correlation between.
Mm, I think as soon as it makes its rendezvous with Earth, I think we will feel more of the effects of it. I think it's a little too early right now, but
Mm-hmm,
I think if you are feeling stuff, I think it's a result of the solar activity that's been going
maybe.
on.
Yeah, because
I
I'm
would
not
put my
sick.
mhm.
Yeah, I'm not sick.
Yeah, because
I
this
don't. Yeah.
it's well known that the sun has a dramatic effect on the human body. Even Eric Dollar talked about this in quite a few of his lectures, that
Mm,
the sun actually really changes your mood, your energy levels, everything, your physiological well-being. The
mm-hmm.
sun has a huge part in this, really does.
I feel better when the sun goes down. That's the funny thing. I get more alert and I'm up and
You
you know.
vampire like me.
I
Yeah,
think so. Yeah, it's just like whenever the sun goes down, okay, now I feel normal. So I don't know, but
yeah, but
not
you know what?
before.
But everybody's different. Some people can function good through the day. Some people function better at night. It all depends on your physiological, the way your body is tuned, right?
Yeah, but this is just
You
recently. It has never been like that. This is just like
know.
recently. That's the
Oh,
funny
you're just
part.
a recent vampire convert.
No, no,
Okay,
no.
okay. I've been for life, but it's all right.
It's
Hey,
like,
Mike, I'm going for a
Yeah,
smoke break. I'm back at 5. I'm beating you
yep,
to it.
yep, yeah. I'm here actually having a smoke right now. I'm on Wi-Fi right now, so I'm actually not even at home. I'm not in my normal habitat. I'm outside of town where I'm from, so my family's watching the Blue Jay game right now. It's a tie game right now, and yeah, so still anybody's game. It's game one of the World Series, so that's where Philip is. What do you do?
We have somebody that said psychic vampire.
Yeah,
Could be.
yeah. My
Yeah.
wife's wondering what I'm doing outside. Yeah. So yeah, we have to wait until Three Eye Atlas comes and rendezvous with Earth. Now, from what I heard, its approach is going to come from behind the sun. So when it comes around the sun and comes towards us, that's when I think they're going to do a blackout at NASA and all these observatories. They're going to shut them down. They don't want anybody to get any pictures of this thing coming in because it could be quite the dramatic show. Who knows? Three Eye Atlas might be stopping at the sun to fuel up, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. I've seen images in the past of
Yeah,
something
I
that
have too.
fueled from
I
the
have
sun.
too.
Yeah.
Yep,
So yeah,
yep.
you're absolutely right.
So is Three Eye Atlas going to do the same thing with our sun? He's going to stop for some gasoline, right?
Gasoline. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yep. Gas. Yeah. I don't know.
He's getting, but they're getting it for free. We got to pay for it. Well, sort of. If you have solar panel, then you don't really have to pay for it. But yeah. So yeah, because back in 2013, the CIA, the FBI, they shut down all the major observatories in the U.S. All the major ones. They shut them down. They locked them up. They kicked everybody off the properties. They did not want them looking at the sky. There was something they were hiding. And I'm wondering if another object came by and they never caught it, but a government agency did catch it and the observatories didn't catch it. So they were preventing them from finding it. So, yeah, I think there's some credence to that. Um, because nowadays there's so many people that have high power telescopes. Like the average Joe Blow now can go spend 5, 6,000, $10,000 on a really, really high power telescope,
Mm-hmm.
and they can observe the sky just as good as any observatory out there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yes.
And some of the discoveries were made by common people. Not by these giant laboratories.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. The sad part is a lot of people lost their jobs. And the other sad part is that our taxpayer dollars is supporting these, like NASA and all these, places. And then when, where's our buck's worth, that's going towards that. The whole thing is, we people like support these places, like why? So we get to see these images. So, but when we should see these images, they do a shutdown. That's not fair. That's not fair at all. You
yeah,
know,
that's true.
yeah.
Very true.
So, yeah.
And they've been doing it for a long time. NASA's, the biggest culprit of this.
Yeah. I,
So
I think they weren't able to, because another country spotted it first. And so they
mhm.
did, like they couldn't say no, it's not true, this or that, so I don't know, man. All I care is I want to see this thing. I want to see
Well,
it.
that's
And
the way.
after whatever
That's the way
happens
I
after
think.
that.
For me, I have to see it. Seeing is believing.
Mhm.
If one lands on my doorstep tomorrow, then I'm going to believe it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like anything else,
Yeah.
because there's so
So
much, disinfo online. It's all the AI stuff. You can't really trust anything. It's
yeah,
all
at
a
this
lot of
point,
it's a psyop.
at this point, a lot of things that I've been seeing online, I don't know if it's real anymore, honestly. It feels so not real. Like even the information, even like these 2 3 hour videos about these topics, there's nothing on the news, on real news. You don't hear about it any, and I flip through it, I try to find anything. Nothing. All, like you said, all I see is the AI generated stuff. I don't know how true that part is. So where are you at right now? You said you're not at home.
Yeah, I'm at my wife's aunt's house. They're
Oh, okay.
watching
Okay.
they're watching the game. So I'm up in one of the bedrooms here doing the show. off my phone tonight, so I don't have all the mobility that I wanted to. But oh well, I could still do a show from the phone. Still works.
I've joined the show from a car, so
Yeah,
on a phone.
yeah, I could do it from the road if I want. I got enough data, so I can actually do a show right on the road if I wanted to.
Yeah,
But I'm working off their Wi-Fi right now, so that's
very,
a good thing.
very cool.
So yeah, hmm,
Oh,
yeah. So good.
I have something off topic.
Okay,
Do penguins live in the North or the South Pole, or both?
both, both.
Nope, nope.
North
Only
Pole
South,
only
South,
the
Just
south.
the south. Just the south.
just the South. I didn't
Hmm,
know that.
okay,
I didn't know this till the
I
other
didn't
day.
know that.
Yeah,
Hmm,
they don't cross
interesting.
the equator.
Yeah, they're only in the southern hemisphere. That is correct.
I did
Huh.
not know that. I don't think a lot of people don't know that.
I thought
Peng.
penguins migrated all the way up to like Anchorage, Alaska.
Nope.
No,
Nope, no, they're only in the southern
Mm-mm.
hemisphere.
Yes. Isn't that
interesting.
interesting? Very
Hmm.
interesting that like all our life we thought that these animals
Okay,
lived in
zoos count. Zoos count. So now they're in the northern hemisphere.
naturally, naturally,
Yeah.
naturally. We're talking about naturally. But yeah, like it's like I don't know how this piece of information has escaped me for that long, but that was my like kind of wow moment for this week. I was like, really? Like, yeah, yeah. So
Hmm. Yeah, that's funny.
yeah, it would be
Well,
fun to
animals
share.
are smart, man. They're pretty intelligent
But it makes you
as well.
wonder why only the South Pole? Why aren't they in the North? Like, what is it about? Like, they can't cross that equator line. Something in their
Probably avoiding
biology.
us. Probably avoiding us.
No, I think it's more something in their biology that
Maybe,
yeah.
yeah.
No. Remember, like when Earth, like that gravity well, like like it
Mm,
sits up to the equator, and then if it flourishes out like that. So it's like our planet kind of sits in a grid,
yeah.
like so. I wonder if that has something to do with it. Like I don't know. I was thinking more. It's called a penguin pen, like jailed, and
Yeah.
only in the lower hemisphere. Just a thought.
One guy said in the chat it could be because of the harp. Yeah, there could be some credence to that because I know harp can disturb certain animals. Like, why would these whales and dolphins start beaching themselves? They'll throw them back in and then they go right back on shore again. It's like they're like something in the water is like disturbing them so badly that they have to get out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if these electromagnetic frequencies are just messing with their neurological system in their body to the point of like physical pain, almost like a migraine kind of thing. I've always wondered that, why, whales and dolphins would beach themselves like
You're
that.
actually bang on with that, and it was exposed that it was the Navy's sonar that was
Mm,
causing that, and it was always happening around like the submarine bases and stuff.
Mm,
yeah. So there you go.
yeah. Interesting.
Now I'm wondering, if they were using ELF, really low frequencies, would that have an effect on them, or is it a certain band, right? Certain frequency band that affects them, or is it the whole spectrum? So obviously, it's affecting them in a very, very negative way. It's like, the frequencies is like, you still there? Oh, did I get
I'm gonna be
frozen?
concerned when
Oh,
the next comet is called Five Eyes Atlas.
Five Eyes Atlas. Yeah, I thought I lost my connection there for a
The
second.
I stands for interstellar, E stands for extraterrestrial. So I'm hoping the next one is an E, not an I.
Hmm.
You know?
Five
Yeah.
IE Atlas.
Some
There you
yeah, something like that. Yeah. Because
Five
then it's
Atlas.
100% extraterrestrial, not just it's an object,
But you know what? In how the magnitude size of the universe is so massive. We're bound to get visitors coming. Just streaking through our galaxy, right? And just on random. Maybe they didn't even know we were here. Maybe some of them knew we were here, but we're, like I said before, we're of no interest to them, right? So, we don't want to put ourselves too much up on a pedestal that, we think we're something special, right? When maybe we're not. Maybe, civilizations are more common than we know. And the only reason why we can't get proof of this is because the sheer magnitude of the size of the universe and the galaxies that separate us, doesn't make it sound real to us. But also too, like time, everybody misses the time factor here, right? Some of these civilizations might have been around 3 4 6 20 million years, so they're so far way beyond our comprehension. And for them to see this one little ball of water, to them is just like seeing an object on the road as you're driving by. You kind of look at it, oh, there's roadkill, and just drive by it, right? And not think about it again. So,
Roadkill. That's sad. That's sad.
Yeah,
but
it's
it's
just
true.
some space roadkill. I believe that. I can see that.
Yeah, we're just like, it's something insignificant. They'd be like, oh yeah, we've seen that many times. Carry on. So maybe we're not that special. Maybe we're more common than we know, right?
I mean,
And
it
to
makes
them,
it
we're
makes you wonder, like all those petroglyphs and all those writings on the old caves. I mean, I've seen things that are similar to Three Eye Atlas. What if this is something that every few thousands years it comes around, and or
or
more than
maybe
that?
they're just or maybe they're just coming back to check on us and say, okay, how far have these little bastards come? Like,
Yeah, yeah. I think
evolve. Like,
that's.
how far have we evolved? And if they see something significant, they might hang around.
Hmm.
And that would kind of explain, like, this phenomenon lately with the boogosphere and all these, probes that are starting to crash, and they're actually being retrieved by regular people. I guess the most well-known one is the boogosphere right now. Could be simply a probe from another planet just sent here to see, okay, where are these guys at? Have they blown each other up yet? Or have they advanced? Are they, getting to the point where they can leave the planet? Where are they in their evolution? And if they are, then, they'll send a bigger, vessel, say like Three Eye Atlas, and,
Hmm.
get a better observation, just take a better peek on what's happening here on the planet.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing,
So
but like the thing is the size of Manhattan Island. That's huge. I mean, that's huge.
yeah, it's massive.
Yeah.
So, in order for some intelligent life form to make, a spacecraft of that magnitude, well, obviously these guys are hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of years, way more advanced than we are to even come up with something of that magnitude, right?
Yeah. Right.
So, for us, to them, we're like gerbils to them, insignificant, life
Probably
form. But
lab rats, if anything.
yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Like I've been seeing like weird lights in the sky, like weird lights. I
It's
think they
becoming
they
commonplace.
yeah, I think they're like, again, they're already here. They're sending smaller little ships to Earth from there somehow.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, it's just they're here. No, I know they're here. I just want to catch one. I just want to catch one
Well,
and say,
maybe they have a moral
So
sense that the um, non-interference clause. Don't
I
interfere with
swear to
these
God, I
new
won't tell.
possible,
I
but
won't tell anybody. I won't tell anyone. I just
so
want to like sit and have a
Lulu
talk.
Lulu's saying that we're already being probed and that you would like to catch a probe. Is that correct?
Not a probe. I'd like to catch an alien.
You're volunteering.
I
completely.
did
You're
not
going
fall.
for
I said if it was a cute one. I said if it was a cute one, it has to be a really nice looking one.
it. Oh man.
Like
Well,
what
like
are
we
those
said,
the Aryans? I think they're called the Aryans, the really nice looking
yeah,
aliens.
the tall
Ye-
whites or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like one of those, like
I don't
that.
know.
Yeah.
I'm just having a problem with these names. The Draco and the tall whites, and then the grays, and then the tall grays. I don't know if I'm believing these stories. I don't know. Like certain people out there, like Stephen Greer, is one. I'm so on the fence with this guy. I don't know to take him for a complete hoaxer and fraudster to, okay, maybe he knows some stuff, but I think he's, you know, coming up with stuff just to, I don't know. I don't know. I'm on the fence with this guy. I've been on the fence with this guy for years.
The one the Mascovium,
Stephen,
the element
uh,
2018. That
no,
is.
that's Bob Lazar. I'm talking about Stephen
Mm,
Greer.
mm, mm,
Yeah.
okay.
And actually, Stephen Greer had Ashton Forbes on last week. Did you watch that, Bernie? I don't know if he's around.
I
But
refuse to watch anything of Ass Ton, and
he
yeah.
was on.
See, right,
He was on. He
suspect
was on
my
Stephen
thinking.
Greer's.
Yeah, I heard, and yeah, I just shook my head and was like, "Grifters unite! Grifters unite!"
Yeah. So I watched a little bit of it, and then Stephen Greer just goes into his spiel, and it's like, he's ruining it. Like, I'm just on the fence with him. I just there. He gets to a point where I just can't believe it anymore. It just loses me.
Yeah, I know.
Aston or Greer?
I I supported Ashton for so long, and then he just refused to address different scientific things I was bringing up, and then the whole Charlie Kirk thing happened, and it was announced that Israel would pay $7,000 a post, and suddenly he became very pro-Zionist, like he really wanted that money, and then it was like, okay, I just don't trust your integrity whatsoever at this point.
Yeah, you know what his intentions are. To me, Ashton Forbes, all he is a talking head. You know what I mean? He's just a show. It's not like us. We're inventors. We're actually working with the stuff. We're actually building stuff. Actually experimenting with stuff. All he is entertainment. That's all he is. Nothing more. Just entertainment. If you're
Well,
into
and
his
narrative
kind of,
control. It's narrative hijack. He's
yeah,
taking the science
yeah,
and hijacking it. And then he's like, I discovered it all. It's all me. I'm never wrong. I've been proven right on everything. And you're like, well,
yeah,
anyone that knows anything knows that they know nothing at all. And it's like, I will admit that I myself know nothing at all because, the more you know, the less you know in reality because there's so much to know out there.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's just a talking head to me. That's all he is a form of entertainment. You know what I mean? He's not a guy that's getting his hands dirty and working with some of this stuff. I built batteries to pulse motors to friggin' Reich accumulators to pyramids to friggin' spinning pyramids that attract friggin' orbs into the area. Like I got my boots on the ground. You know what I mean? And this guy's just talking.
Exactly.
He's just a
Zero
show.
experience, zero experiments, zero lab work, zero anything. You just read some paper, and he's got a whole team. That's the other part. Is like it's not acknowledged publicly, but privately, there's a whole team producing each episode. It's like it's ridiculous. Where's the funding coming from? Like, come
Mm.
on.
Yeah, he's got a massive audience. Yeah, I would like to have a massive audience like that. I know that will never happen because I'm working with the real stuff. So my algorithm will never be favored like his is because he's entertainment. People want to be entertained. It's about clicks, it's about the algorithm, it's about pushing a certain narrative online that's it can be totally misleading, you know. And that's where I kind of see where even like Stephen Greer is. Like he's got hundreds of thousands of followers. Like, you know what? But you know, a lot of the stuff he's talking about, even when he's talking about the technology stuff, I'm going, what are you talking about? Like he's not even giving proper terminology, not using the right proper terms of describing what's going on. And it's like, yeah, he's only touching the stuff on the surface. He's not, he doesn't get in depth into how the stuff works or whatever, you know. It just too many open ends in a story, right?
And my
So
biggest issue is for about a year now, he refuses to address Joshua Bertrand's claims. And when I bring up Joshua Bertrand and how Joshua Bertrand came forward to on Alien Scientist channel when I was there and spoke to us like for about a couple of weeks straight. He came on about 5 days in a row, and he was presenting all of these Chinese patents on the plasma orb drones and that they're Chinese. And he came out about a month before Ashton appeared on the scene. And it's like, so for Ashton to be like, oh, it's American, this and that, without ever addressing this or out addressing the actual Chinese patents that are the patents for the plasma orbs that he's trying to expose, supposedly,
yeah,
it brings huge questions. And yeah,
but he's just
tough.
rehashing old stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like the MH370 that happened what 2013. Like that's a while ago, and he
Yep,
just came on the scene in the last 2 years, year and a half. You
exactly
know,
2 years now. Yeah,
like he didn't even know about this stuff until 2021, 2022. So he's way off the mark. You know, he's covering this whole story about something that happened. It's like me talking about Roswell. Okay, yeah, Roswell sounds cool and all, but do you see me talking about it or trying to prove something out of it? You know, it happened like 60, 80 years ago. You know, it's irrelevant to me. All that stuff in the past to me is just, it's a good story. You know what I mean? But nothing that I would be able to get any
absolutely.
solid evidence on. It's all conjecture. It's all based on, a story, Let's see who we got
Welcome
here.
back, Chris. Good to have you.
Right on.
If it
Hello.
works.
Yeah.
There we go. There's Chris.
Hey, I made it. How's everybody
Yes.
this Friday evening?
Good.
Can't complain. How are
All
you?
right. Mic check, mic check. I'm good. No feedback this time
Yeah,
around.
you're good. Yeah,
No,
you're all
look at
good.
that. Second
Yeah,
time on, your third time in
I
your
had
pro.
a thing when you guys were talking about the light anomalies. When I just had caught your show when I got here and got in visiting
Oh,
family and everything,
oh,
and I just got in here
yeah,
late. So, but what I was talking about is the anomalies that you're talking about with the sun or anything like that. And I had a good one
yeah.
when I was visiting my, my father.
We lost
Oh,
your audio there.
Yeah.
I think it's frozen. Chris, you froze?
Was it? Did he freeze?
Yep. I
Yeah,
guess
looks like he
they
froze.
didn't want him to say what he was gonna say, maybe.
Should we push him off and just get him to log back in, or is that the best way to
Chris
do it?
he'll figure it out, I think.
All right.
Second, he wanted to start about the anomalies. Like,
Yeah, said the magic word and it froze his ass.
Funny how that happens.
Yeah, it happens. It's not the first time. It won't be the last either. Yeah, I'm just gonna scoot down here. I want to see the score of the game. See what's
okay.
happening.
Let us know. Keep us posted. What's the score? This is Canada's one time to shine. Just kidding. It's just sports. Who cares?
Okay, it's 5-2 Toronto right now.
So Team Canada. Woo! Boo! Me.
So we're in the 6th inning. Toronto's up 5-2 right now. So the game's getting interesting from what I heard. The bases are loaded. So that'd be good if Toronto could pull off this game. That'd be great. Let's see, logging in back in again.
Slowly loading.
That was here too.
I guess the internet is not very good here where I'm
Yeah,
at. My internet.
you got some late. You got some latency.
Yeah, I'm not at my house. I got slow internet here, I'm guessing. So yeah, just I saw a red light on the router and all that good stuff. So anyway, I'll try.
And he's frozen again. Chris,
Yeah,
if you
frozen
can still hear us, it might work better just to turn your camera off and join with only audio. It might.
Maybe try this again.
Yeah,
Oh,
take
there we
your
go.
Anyway,
camera
there was a
off.
light beam
You're
coming
back.
through the skylight.
You're back. So maybe just turn off your camera and you should have it'll take up less bandwidth, hopefully.
Yeah, shut off your
Okay,
camera
I'll try that.
and just keep your audio on
Gotcha.
and just talk. That'll probably help you out.
But it was like last time you joined, it was perfectly fine.
Yeah, he was at home, I think, at that time.
Right. You mentioned that.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's been an interesting week.
You know, light speed, something to slow it down. Maybe something else is taking the damn shut down.
Yeah, just shut the camera off. You'll see the little camera at the bottom there. Just click on that. It'll shut your camera off. It'll keep your audio on.
Hold on, I got an idea.
Just shut the camera off.
We'll figure it out. We're good. We'll make it work.
All right,
Because
let's try
we need
that.
the camera so he can show off his great inventions he's working on.
Oh,
Yeah, I pulled everything.
now we lost him completely.
And now they pulled him. Just kidding.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. Where I'm at, we got pretty good internet here. I can't complain. He's logging back in again. See if he comes back in. Yeah, what they get Canada or internet's pretty good here. I can't complain. Nope, now he's completely off. Oh, now he's coming back.
Oh,
On.
off on net.
Oh, I guess we'll just carry on until he,
difficulties.
yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna start working on the plans for the new Renegade, and yeah, I got some funds in. I got some more materials come in. Yeah, I got a lot on the go, enough to keep me going through the winter. That's for sure. So, you got snow on the ground in Calgary, Bernie?
It's all melted. It's actually been kind of nice the past week, like plus 17 Celsius during the days.
Yeah, you're a little warmer than us. I think we only got up to like 10 today.
Yeah, it's
So
a back and forth game.
Yeah, so winter should be interesting. I heard it's supposed to start strong and then come in like a lion and leave like a sheep.
Okay. Well, hopefully I'm in LA for that and down in California while Canada gets hit the start and
So is
come back to the street.
Julia's all ready for you?
Yeah, I'm staying with Nathan as well, and I'm staying with a whole bunch of people. It's all over the map.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta be careful down there. It's all full of liberals.
Right? I guess I'll just dye my hair blue and I'll be good.
Yeah. That's conservative, man. You might get shot.
She red, white, and blue. Everyone wins.
Yeah. Yeah, LA's nice, depending where you are.
Well, if I cut it, it's not happening.
Yeah. Try
Ah.
shutting your camera off. That's what I suggest.
Yeah, it works for a minute and then it just cuts his
Yeah.
feed.
Yeah. Yeah, I
They
find the
say
internet.
they say LA, like California, is pretty expensive. So yeah.
California is expensive for food.
Okay.
Food's expensive. I was there in 2017. I was there. My wife's got some relatives that live not too far from Venice Beach. So I traveled all over. I went to Venice Beach, Burbank, Malibu, Hollywood. Where else did I go? I went to Universal Studios. I got to see that. That was cool. My favorite place down there it would have to be Santa Monica
Hmm.
by far. Yeah, Santa Monica. I like it. Yeah.
I did that tour. I think also like in maybe 2018, I went to San Francisco,
Yeah, I did San
LA,
Francisco too. Yeah.
did like Legoland,
The,
Carlsbad, that
yeah.
whole.
The only place I didn't get to was what do you call it? San Diego. I didn't get
Hmm.
there, but I did San Francisco before I went down the shit pipes.
Hmm.
So that was nice. Apparently, you don't want to go to San Francisco now. It's that bad. It's turned into zombie apocalypse there. So yeah, it's kind of sad, but we got our problems here too in Toronto. Homelessness and all that stuff is getting really bad. Whereas even in my hometown where I live, we got quite a bit of homeless going on now. So a lot of people are hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be everywhere. It's
I,
sad.
I I got invited by something called the Creative Commons.
Ooh.
The little thing that says CC next to a lot of
Yeah.
things. Yeah, those people in France, San Francisco. That's why I went up there. Um, when I was there in 2018, I think that it wasn't like what you're saying. It was a little bit, lively, more lively, and there were tours and there were, um, I don't know, it was more alive. You could, not Zombieland yet. So I don't know now. I haven't been there in a bit.
Yeah, it seems it was after the lockdowns, everything got worse everywhere. But I'm gonna go out for one more cigarette and then I will do a presentation. I will present a bunch of patents of alien technology.
Okay, news on the game. Jays are up 11-2.
All right, all right. Go Team Canada, eh?
Yeah, man. Jays are hitting it out of the park. That's
So what
awesome.
you're saying is Phil is ridiculously drunk right now.
Oh, he's probably sleeping right now. Yeah. Oh my God, he's probably passed out. Oh, I guess I'll have to
Are we talking about
heckle.
Phil?
Yeah, we'll have to heckle him on our message board this week and
Yeah.
see what he did to himself.
He
Maybe
needs
we'll
to
do
he needs to ease off on the drinking, like It's not good.
You know what? He likes to have fun. I like Phil. I like his personality.
Yeah.
He's a guy I could actually hang out with. You know what I mean?
Oh
He's
yeah,
just
I
got
met Phil in person, so yeah, he's fun.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. He likes to eat. He likes food. He likes good food.
yeah. Oh, for sure. He's
A true
French.
Frenchman.
But, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've been to his hometown. You know, Montreal's a nice city. Very nice city.
I've been to Montreal, no, but before I met Phil.
Me three.
Yeah.
Me three.
Man, it's cold though. So cold. So cold.
Well,
So
I was
cold.
there in the summer. I was in there in the summertime, and I just happened to be there the weekend that they had the Canadian Comedy Festival. Oh, it
Hmm.
was great. It was so good. What a great vibe down there. Actually, I found it to be more, I would say, more of a happy vibe than you would get, say, in Toronto. Just, I don't know, it's the culture, something about the culture, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
French.
was a lot of fun. Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's,
Good wine. Yeah.
yeah, the food was fantastic down there. Oh, the street food down there. Oh my lord, the street food was just out of this world. But even in Toronto too, you get really good street food. But something about the French culture, I guess.
Maybe
Yeah,
in the summertime I'll come up there to visit y'all. Like just, a couple days in each city. Yeah.
yeah. Who
I
knows? You might not be even allowed to pass through the border for crying out loud. The way Trump's going.
True. I didn't think of that one. We'll
Oh
see.
yeah, they're saying now any Canadian that goes into the U.S. they take your picture, they do fingerprints on you, and all this other bullshit now before they even let you through the border now.
Wow.
Yep.
This is for you guys, for Canadians to come to the
For
United
today,
States.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yep.
Okay. Mhm.
Yep.
That's funny.
So yeah, just more red tape. You know what I mean? More red tape to worry about. That's what kills everything. It's like after all the red tape, it's like, man, do you even want to even bother? You know what I mean? This discourages you from wanting to travel. And they say like Florida. Oh, actually Vegas apparently is a ghost town. Ghost town now. Usually you got a lot of Canadians that go down there into Vegas and that. This guy last week was showing a live feed from Vegas. The streets are completely vacant. Hardly any cars on the road. All the hotels wide open, no bookings, nothing. It's just crashed.
Man, people are suffering financially. Everyone is suffering financially big time,
Yeah,
It just it's almost impossible to find a job. Take it
yeah.
from me. I've been trying to like find a job for the past few months. Almost
Oh yeah.
impossible to find something decent other than, like
I've been looking for a job for the last 6 months. I haven't got a job.
yeah.
I've
Uh,
been just living on my social benefits right now, and yeah, my benefits run out very soon, mid November. That's it. I have no more benefits coming in, so I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. So yeah, it's not good.
and
So
that's
I'm
why
hoping.
I've been trying to, attend all these conferences, trying to see if I could find some grant that fits, our concept. But the man, they like again, it takes time, takes like years before they do any disbursement of anything. Yeah, but
Yeah,
years. What am I going to do within years before that happens? And
yeah,
I'm a licensed insurance agent, and I still can't find a decent job.
yeah.
It's
See,
ridiculous.
my job right now, the place I was working at, supposedly there's a merger with another company happening. So if that merger goes through, I left a very good bridge with my
Hmm.
operations manager before I left.
Hmm.
So we have a good relationship. So he's going to try to get me back in. So as soon as this merger comes together and things get sorted out, he's going to try to get me back in the door again. So I'm praying every day that I sent him a text message a few days ago. So I'm still waiting to hear back because they were having a big meeting with the new presidents of the company. So hopefully in the next few weeks, I'll find out for sure if I'm going to be going back there or not. So yeah, all I can do is just pray and hope, and if I can get my foot back in the door again, great. Then I just carry on and try to make up for lost time and money, you know.
Yeah.
So that's all I can do right now. I've been putting resumes out every day, and I'm not getting one freaking call back. Not one.
Yeah. Same thing right here. Like the other, I put a bunch of resumes. I get an email back telling me, oh, we've considered somebody else, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
yeah, exactly.
And it's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
come on.
Yeah, I know, and that's happened to me too. I'm getting the same thing. Sorry, you were not selected in our hiring process.
Yeah. It's like, what are you looking for? Like, what do you,
Yeah.
like I know how to do
Uh,
everything almost.
yeah. It's discouraging. It's tough out there right now for everybody,
Yeah.
especially the middle class. The middle class is just getting hammered. We're just getting hammered into oblivion. It's like, okay, do you want me to go on friggin' welfare? Well, fine, then put me on welfare because you guys are giving me the opportunity to have a job. You know what I mean? Like,
No,
I'm running around.
I refuse to go on those programs. I
No,
refuse.
but you know what I'm saying is like they're giving you no options, right?
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
yeah, I
if
agree with
if
you.
the
Yeah.
the economy's freaking tanking like big time, like it's really getting bad out there, like especially in Ontario.
Mm-hmm.
Man, the amount of people, like they shut down Chrysler at Brampton, they shut down Stellantis. Now they're talking about 1,200 jobs in Oshawa at the General Motors plant. You know,
Yeah.
um, yeah. So things are getting dire out there. Just the economy's just sucks, especially if you're in manufacturing. Oh my God, it's just brutal.
Definitely doesn't help that Doug Ford decided to
Oh
attack
Lord, oh man.
Trump's ego and do a political ad against him, and now got all tariff negotiations with Canada canceled. Um,
Oh my God, what a circus.
but that's what you
Uh,
get when you elect the brother of a crackhead, and
well,
what
they're
can I
both
say?
crackheads. My cousins went to
Exactly.
school at the Ford brothers. I know all about the Ford brothers. Don't worry. I know what high school they went to. I knew what they did, what they were involved with. Their father was in the City Hall of Toronto years ago. That's how they got their foot in the door. It's all handed down. Lineage that they were able to get into a political, thing. And
I
I
just
could go
pray
on and
Hunter Biden never gets handed the presidency.
oh, yeah, but that's brutal. And even like Rob, Doug Ford, we have the red light, not red light we have the red light cameras, but they also have the speed cameras. So a year ago, he said, "Oh yeah, we're going to set up all these speed cameras, and if you're, speeding, you're going to pay a fine, and this is going to be used to pay off the deficit." And now he's made a complete 360 on it. He wants to get rid of them. Well, why would you want to get rid of something that's working? It's creating a huge revenue stream for the city of Toronto to fix the sewers, to fix the roads, to maybe even help social services and help the homeless, and using this money for good stuff. But now he made a complete 360 on the speed cameras, and now he wants them all removed. So Olivia Chow, she's the mayor of Toronto. She's fighting him tooth and nail and saying, "No, we're showing positive results from this." you know like you get like a school zone. It's a 40 kilometer zone. They were clocking people going 3 times the speed limit in a school zone. Those guys deserve to get a friggin' huge fine. They deserve it. Why would you take away a tool like that is getting these dangerous drivers off the road? And we got plenty of them in Ontario, let me tell you. It's like hell on earth to drive on the city streets and the highways in Ontario. It's like a shit show, like you wouldn't believe. So dangerous now. But
Yeah, more
And you
law
got
and order. we
And
need.
do you guys have to like redo the roads very often because of the snow?
Yeah, because the weather going hot to cold, and we've got all the seasons, right? Whoa,
What?
Sorry about that.
what the?
That was me.
Oh,
My
No
bad.
worries.
okay.
That was me. Sorry, I'm back.
I
That's my
was
theme.
gonna
That's
start.
my theme song, by the way. Anyway,
I was gonna
I
start
pushed the
dancing.
wrong
Nice.
button.
Well, we got you now. So now that we
Yeah,
have
I'm
you,
good.
we
I
have
think
connectivity.
I
Do
reset.
share.
I reset the router and I did all that good stuff and I uploaded the video and that's what I'm got right now. Here, I'm gonna see if I could send the video over without any noise right there. What I did, I put it in the chat. The link I put in the chat, whatever that link was, I put in the chat. That is the video. But let me see if I can pull it up here and put it in somehow to share. It's on my
Bernie,
just the last up.
I'm just gonna scoot out here for a sec. I'll be right back.
All
Okie
right, I
dokie.
got it here.
Chris, do you want to try posting the link in the private chat here, and I'll see if
Yeah,
it can load?
that's what I was thinking of doing too right now, real quick.
Perfect.
I got it. Hopefully this. Yeah, that was the next thing I was working on doing. Here we go. Yeah, this is wild. This is a wild anomaly, I think. Let me see. You guys are gonna like this. I mean, to
Oh,
me
we love
anyway.
anomalies
It,
here.
it, it blew my mind when I was looking at it. I'm looking up at it like, and I'm seeing. You'll see what you'll see it. What the light beam? There's no like water sitting water up on top of the that I can tell, and the light is coming in at an angle, and you can see the frequency on the light beam, and then it's moving, and then it almost you could see it doing a circular motion and looking like a tornado at the bottom, like a tornadic kind of action. I uploaded another one. One is a close-up view, and then the other one, so it
Yeah.
might be distorted, but you can see the beam of light, coming down out of the light beam, the like a ray coming straight down, and then you could see the frequency wave patterns. I mean, me with my eyes, you can really see it wild. And I was just sitting there staring at this thing, and that's coming out of the sun.
Fascinating.
That's a sun frequency ray, and it looked
Wow,
like
look at that.
it reminds me
Right?
of when Nathan did his Rav and the worm comes out. That
Yeah, the
worm from the
plasma
Rav.
worm.
That's
The
exactly
plasma
what that
worm.
reminded me of. And then you could see the frequency. Now that one looks to me, it looks a little blurry. Let me see if the other picture. I don't know which one where you zoom in and zoom out, but you can see how it wiggles and looks like like the worm, like a snake. The snake, the pattern, and the
Truly
frequency
does.
wave. It's definitely a frequency wave pattern coming out of that bit.
No,
It's
and
pretty
you could
wild.
see it like on the shadow too. Like you could see it in the
Yeah.
shadow part. Not, wow.
But to me, the video, I guess uploading the video, it looked clearer. It looks clearer on my phone where you have more detail. Did I wake you up? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm too loud. Sorry, I woke my sister up. Hold on.
That's fascinating. It truly does resemble that plasma worm from the Rav.
I got loud talker waking people up in the house.
Uh-oh.
I got my sister visiting too. Family time, family weekend here. Anyway, yeah, this is I thought this was wild. I had to share this.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find the other one, if the other one uploaded right. I mean, what do you see in out of your, what do you see out of it?
It definitely gives a very similar resemblance to what was shown with the Rav there.
And that's just the sun. Yeah. Wild,
yeah,
huh?
it is. And like how at the very tip, it almost seems to be like a particle or a ball. Like, look at how
at the very bottom where it's like snake-like, the vibration frequency is all I can think of when I see that. Blew my mind, man. Really blew my mind. So
I think
Yeah, just
somebody in the chat is saying like we need to measure this in different spectrums. I think that would be really cool
okay.
to see. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Definitely. No, I thought it was super wild. Let me see if I have the other one, if it shows any more detail. I think this one looks like the one that's zoomed in, but it could be the other one. Let me see real quick if I can find it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think. No, it looks like the same one. That's the same one. I only have one uploaded.
Look how much that thing is moving.
Right? It's like
That's
and
enough
then
though to
out
see the
from
visual
them.
of it. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Like right there, it starts going pretty crazy.
And that's just the sun and reflecting, off of that, and then somehow, some way, you're seeing the frequency pattern on printed on the wall, I guess.
Hmm.
And I
That
don't have I don't have my devices or anything running at that time. I don't have any of my PEMF devices running or anything, so I don't know.
and
It's
on the
like
larger screen. Larger
it's an
screen here,
anomaly.
I'm seeing when it starts wiggling, that there's like bolts of light coming out of it, like it goes like static almost. It's wild.
Yeah,
Wow.
as I said, frequency. It's the only thing I
Brendan
can think
Ryan,
of.
I apologize. Yes, you do have a name. Brandon Ryan, he's the one that suggested we have a different spectrum analysis on this.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. I
Why not?
apologize. Yes. Brandon
Awesome.
Ryan. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So that's that. Let me see if I can. Yeah, that's that one.
Yeah, we're gonna square up here in a few minutes, Bernie.
All right, that's that. Cool.
Yeah, shit, we're almost at 2 hours. My bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
time flies.
Yeah, it went
Crazy.
fast tonight. Yep, the Jays are still winning. They're heading into the top of the eighth, 11-4 right now. So
All
looks like the
right.
Jays are going to take the first game.
Okay, well, I guess we only have 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
Any final words, Chris, Lulu, Mike?
Well, we'll get Chris on again. He kind of showed up late, but we'd definitely like to have him back.
yeah.
Connected. Was able to connect at the end. Showed up an hour in.
I've got some. These are the new forms for the new prototypes. I have a diamond, so I have that real quick before we close out. So I've got the diamond form that's going to go on the new prototype. I have the Merkaba form.
Ooh.
That's going to be another prototype that's going to go on the top, and then
like
I've got a bunch of cubes, so all different sizes of cubes, so I can do that. And I also have the sphere, which I don't have right here. I have the spheres, yeah. So I'm ready to build, and I have also getting ready to send your prototype to Nathan Bernie. As soon as he sends me the address,
yeah, I'll send that to you tonight.
I'm gonna priority mail that, and then you can do some experiments with that, and we'll get it going.
Awesome.
All right. Good.
Well,
all right, guys. Yeah, we're gonna have to
all off because we gotta end it. So
we gotta square up here. Yeah, so we're gonna go live to air again next Friday at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. Chat, thanks a lot. You guys were great tonight, and yeah, we'll see everybody next week.
Thank you, everyone.
You guys have a great weekend.
Yeah, you too. Take care.
Bye. Good night, everyone.